Welcome to 6 Minutes of Movie Tales. Movies are not just for watching, they are for learning. Let's dissect the life lessons behind each film right now. Right now, the atmosphere of World Cup 2026 is burning millions of hearts across the planet. But deep in the chests of true football lovers, there is a regretful silence. We are witnessing the final steps, the sunset dances of an outstanding genius. Before time takes those feet away from the grass, let's look back at the legendary documentary Messi 2014, so that we can understand that today's brilliant peak was not built with luxury, but forged from blood, tears, and an iron will that tore through all limits of medicine. Always remember, legends are written by actions, not words. Turning back the clock to Rosario in 1991, there was a 4-year-old boy who had never spent a single day in a formal academy, only knowing how to stand huddled by the fence, staring at the ball with longing eyes. That day, the local team was short on players. It was Messi's grandmother who approached the coach and said, "Let this boy play." Looking at Messi's tiny, weak stature, he flatly refused for fear that he would be knocked down. But that grandmother did not back down. She used her honor to guarantee, pleaded endlessly, forcing the coach to soften his heart. And the fateful moment appeared. As soon as the ball touched those tiny feet, a miracle happened. The boy glided like the wind, dribbling past a series of opponents twice his age, and then hitting the back of the net to the stunned silence of everyone witnessing. The first lesson deeply engraved in the heart. Family is the most solid anchor. That is why throughout his illustrious career, after every goal, Messi always points his 2 hands toward the sky. That is not just a celebration. It is a whisper sent to his beloved grandmother in the afterlife, the only person who bet her faith on him when the whole world did not yet know who he was. Because gratitude creates greatness. However, fate seemed to mock geniuses. At the age of 11, a splash of cold water was thrown directly at Messi's dream. He was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. His body stopped while his dream kept growing. Seeing Messi's talent, local clubs initially eagerly sought him out, ready to sign a contract. But as soon as they saw the medical record and the huge treatment cost of up to $900 per month, they quietly turned their backs and flatly refused. They abandoned a child because they thought he was a defective product of creation. Watching the film, you will choke up at the scene of Messi sitting lonely in a dark corner, manually piercing those cold injection needles into his own flesh every night. Physical pain piled on top of the fear of being stripped of the right to play football. But Messi did not cry. Surrounded by darkness, he chose to stay silent and fight. Look at that to see. Perseverance is the strongest hormone. And then, the greatest turning point in football history appeared. Josep Minguella, the notorious Spanish agent, when receiving the videotape from Argentina, immediately shuddered. He saw the shadow of Diego Maradona reincarnated. Minguella used every relationship to convince Charlie Rexach, the technical director of Barcelona, to fly over to witness this boy play football with his own eyes. At the tryout that year, in just 5 minutes, Rexach knew he was facing a once-in-a-millennium treasure. Despite the skepticism and hesitation of the board due to Messi's weak physical condition, on December 14, 2000, at a restaurant at the Pampilla Tennis Club, Charlie Rexach hurriedly pulled out a piece of napkin to write the historic preliminary contract. Barcelona accepted to nurture and treat Messi. They proved a supreme truth to the whole world. Stature is not determined by physical size. A small body can never imprison a giant will. But that piece of napkin was only a ticket. Surviving and integrating among a pack of lions in the Barcelona first team in 2003 was another brutal challenge for the 16-year-old teenager. The film recreates a little-known hidden corner. Messi used to be extremely lonely because of his pitiful shyness. Former teammates like Gerard Piqué or Cesc Fabregas recalled that when he first joined the first team, Messi was so silent that he didn't dare to say a single word. People even thought he was mute. In a locker room full of world stars, that teenager always chose to sit lonely in a dark corner, grab his clothes as fast as possible, and step outside out of embarrassment. Right when Messi was most misplaced, the arm of the king at Camp Nou reached out. Ronaldinho, the #1 superstar in the world at that time, saw the genius hidden behind that shyness. Without a single bit of jealousy, Ronaldinho actively told the management to arrange Messi's locker right next to his so his younger brother would feel safe. The samba dancer dragged Messi into the group of the most powerful South American players like Deco, Silvinho, Thiago Motta, and actively took him out to dinner to erase the distance. Former striker Maxi Lopez once shared that Ronaldinho created a solid shield, a special care to protect the 17-year-old Messi from the suffocating pressure of the media and even the career-ending tackles on the training ground. Without that altruism and protection from Ronaldinho, perhaps the world would have lost an icon. That is proof that geniuses also need an anchor, and a truly great person is someone who knows how to lift others up when they are weak. To all of you sitting in front of the screen, especially those who are struggling to fight against fatal diseases, those who are weighed down by the harsh events of life, or those who feel shy, lonely, and turned away and discarded by this whole world. Look at Lionel Messi's journey. If a boy carrying a cruel disease who was once rejected by his hometown clubs, and who was once too scared to speak up in the locker room, could still stand on top of the world, then why are you giving up? Illness or adversity can strip you of a healthy body, and loneliness can hurt you, but they do not have the right to steal your will to live and your dreams. Don't let judgments or diagnostic papers dictate your fate. Turn pain into a weapon. Turn tears into motivation to move forward. Messi's story is ironclad proof that only ceaseless effort can bring good results and change your entire life. And look, what did that ceaseless effort exchange for? As of May 2026, Lionel Messi enters this World Cup as the greatest player of all time. The absolute king in the Temple of Legends with an unprecedented record, 47 collective titles. He just wrapped up a brilliant 2025 season when he dragged Inter Miami to the top of the MLS Cup for the first time in history, swept the MLS MVP award for the second consecutive year, and won the league's Golden Boot with a record of 48 goal contributions in a single season. Looking back at a long journey, more than 880 official goals, more than 400 assists along with 8 World Ballons d'Or. From 35 top Spanish championship trophies with Barcelona, to the sacred 2022 World Cup Golden Trophy and the illustrious Copa America double, Messi has captured every most noble glory from individual, club, to national team levels. He fought, he won, and he kept his oath. Dedicate until the very last minute. Whether World Cup 2026 is the final chapter of the magic dance, Messi's legacy and flame of will burn forever to illuminate souls lost in the dark night of adversity. Thank you for listening to this deeply moving story. If this video has given you even a little bit of strength to be stronger in life, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support me in continuing to spread good values. Stay confident, goodbye, and see you again.